Hey everyone, Spopes here. In this video, I'm going to do my best to answer a question that I know is on a lot of players' minds, namely, when is cross-platform coming to the Elder Scrolls Online? Now, just a bit of background for those who don't know, cross-platform or crossplay refers to the ability to play the same account on different platforms. So for instance, I'd be able to play the same characters that I have on this account on PS5 if I booted up an Xbox or a PC. Many other similar games already have cross-platform or crossplay, putting the onus on the developers of ESO, ZOS, to make this a reality sooner rather than later. Now, right off the bat, my best guess as to when crossplay is coming to ESO is mid-2026 to sometime in 2027. But to be perfectly honest with you, this is all speculation. It's even possible that crossplay will never come to the game. I'm going to explain all my reasoning for this time frame in this video, but before we go any further, please do take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So we've heard rumors of crossplay coming to ESO for years, but it wasn't until May of 2025 when we received something close to an official confirmation. Earlier this year, the developers of ESO sat down for a 4-part podcast series with Kinda Funny. It was during the final episode of this podcast that former Game Director Rich Lambert and former studio head Matt Fuhrer discussed how the studio is currently working on making crossplay a reality in ESO. According to the devs, ZOS is looking into ways to make crossplay possible in ESO, that they're working on changing some of the underlying technology that would make this possible. And they also indicated that crossplay is something they've wanted to do for quite a while. Now, there's been quite a bit of hype surrounding these statements, but if you look at it carefully, they aren't even confirming that crossplay is coming. They just said they're working on the technology, that it's something they'd like to do, but they also admitted technological limitations that may push this back indefinitely. Just to state it clearly one more time, there is no official hardcore confirmation that crossplay is coming to the game. The devs simply admitted it was a priority and that it's something that they're looking into. They didn't even use the words working on. It's something they're looking into and something they'd like to do. But in reality, this wording isn't that different from what we've heard from the developers before. They've acknowledged that crossplay is something they want to work on for years, which is why I'm giving this more conservative time frame. I don't think it's at all possible that we'll see crossplay in the game in 2025. That would be overly optimistic. It's possible it will come in 2026, but even that is optimistic. If crossplay does come to the game at all, it probably won't be till toward the end of 2026 or even 2027. But at the same time, we have some big wildcards at play right now. The former studio head Matt Fuhrer has been replaced by Joe Burba. Burba has been with the game since its beginning. It's unknown still what kind of approach he'll take to managing the studio. We do know, though, that Microsoft is putting increasing pressure on ZOS to modernize ESO and future-proof it. Crossplay is definitely part of that initiative. And then on top of that, former game director Rich Lambert has also stepped away from his position. He's been replaced with Nick Giacomini, another guy who's been with the game for a very long time. But again, we don't know what Nick's approach will be, what kind of projects he'll prioritize. So interestingly, that means that both these guys who participated in the Kinda Funny podcast are no longer filling the roles they used to. Matt Fuhrer is gone and Rich Lambert has moved on to something different. What this all means for the future of ESO and the potential of crossplay coming to the game remains to be seen. I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but I do want to be the voice of reason here. We haven't even received explicit confirmation that crossplay is coming to the game. We've received confirmation that it's something they're interested in and something they're working on at ZOS. But in comparison to other features like veteran overland content that I covered recently, with that, there is explicit confirmation that they're working on the feature. In this case, it's just something they're looking at, something that will just kind of hopefully get done. Now, it's possible that this sort of wishy-washy attitude toward an important feature is part of why Fuhrer and Lambert are no longer occupying the positions they used to. It's possible that Microsoft pushed forward these key leadership changes to make sure that important features like crossplay get done sooner rather than later. But again, that's all speculation. We actually have very little to go off of here. In addition to the technological issues in the game code and the servers that could slow down the implementation of crossplay in ESO, there's also other issues with marrying the different servers, including the very different economies on PC and Xbox and PS5, the varying values of items, the varying access to different add-ons. These are all things the team has to consider as they try to implement crossplay, which makes it understandable that no explicit confirmation has come. This is going to be a difficult beast to tackle. But at the same time, I do really strongly feel that crossplay is something that has to come to ESO at some point in its life to keep the game vibrant and contemporary with its competitors. At this point, it's just kind of unusual to not have crossplay in a live service game like this. It's high time that ZOS stepped up to the plate and made this possible, and I'm hoping under new leadership, the timeline for the implementation of crossplay gets pushed forward substantially. So again, just to summarize, I don't think it's at all possible that crossplay will come in 2025 in ESO. It's possible it will come in 2026, but my best guess is that we won't see this feature implemented until 2027, and it's even possible that crossplay will never come to the game at all. Now, that is a bit disappointing to me. I do think this is something we need in the game, again, sooner rather than later, but I'm just trying to be realistic, base my assumptions on facts, and give you guys the best knowledge that's out there. So if you do appreciate my approach, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to support me even further, drop a super thanks in the comment or join the Spopes Army as a member, and also head over to spopesector.com to pick up some merch. And don't forget that I've started a new channel, Spopes TV, where I'm uploading videos every week, just unloading my thoughts, all sorts of interesting topics. Please do subscribe to Spopes TV once you've subscribed here at Spopes ESO. And when you do subscribe here at Spopes ESO, please do also turn on notifications because I'll be back soon with new content. Lord, I give you all glory for the video and for my channel. I ask that you bless everyone who's watching. I ask that you bless the team at ZOS with the ability to make crossplay a thing sooner rather than later. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.